Hello, this is wmpyr. I believe my start date on YouTube was 2007. So right now it's 2018. So it's been over 10 years since I've been doing this stuff on YouTube. And the material is honestly hasn't changed a whole lot. And some people may be saying, "What? You don't evolve? You don't get better?" Yeah. There's definitely a progression for sure. And I do feel like my skills have gotten better, but that's still a small percentage compared to like when you look at it from the grand scheme of things. Am I a million times better than what I was when I first started? I don't think so. Um, but because we're talking about performance here, and performance is difficult to change actual performance, how well you're actually going to do in a real life situation, whether it's a street fight, self-defense, or whatever. That's really difficult to change. If it's easy, then you'd see all these MMA athletes just changing their performance like crazy, and it's very difficult to do. So anyway, but hopefully my main thing is that I'm changing my presentation. So the way that I explain things hopefully is getting better, okay? Because the material, honestly, I feel like is really good stuff. The Eskrima, the Filipino martial arts, all the other martial arts styles that I've cross-trained in, they're all wonderful, wonderful, great styles. So that's, what can I say, really? The wheel, it's very difficult to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's already been done. So now, in today's modern times, I think it's more about presentation. So with that being said, there's this kind of practice that we do in Eskrima a lot of this kind of practice, whether you're using sticks, double stick, single knife, normal grip, or in reverse grip, or empty hand. We do partner training, okay? And in this partner training, it's a lot of times it's a one-for-one feedback. So if this person gives me an attack, I can, let's say, use the heaven six, boom, boom, boom. So that's half of the heaven six. And now I give them the attack, and they do half of the heaven six to defend that. And then they return it back to me, and I go 1, 2, 3. And now it's my turn to attack 1, 2, 3. They attack 1, 2, 3. So you just go back and forth, back and forth. Of course, we can change it to where instead of giving this hand, I decide to give this hand. Now they got to do the exact same thing, but on this side. And they'll switch it up on me too. Instead of giving me this hand, they'll come over here. Then I just have to do heaven six on this side over here. And then I can change it and give it to them this way. They got to do 1, 2, 3. Right here, 1, 2, 3. Then we can go back to the first one where it's this hand again, 1, 2, 3. Maybe they'll change it up and give me a low strike this way. Then I could do earth 6, and I'll go 1, 2, 3 this way, and I could give them a low shot, So this is the main idea for this kind of practice. We could, once again, do this with sticks. We could do this with knives. There's different patterns where it gives me a straight shot, and I go this way, boom, boom, and now I give him a straight shot. And it's an exchange. It is a drill. It is an exercise that we do. Yes, it's choreography. It's a fixed pattern. But then from this, we introduce things little by little that becomes a little unpredictable. We change things up a little. So it's controlled chaos is what we're doing. So people confuse this with real life, and it's not. I always tell my students from the beginning, this is an exercise, It's like in boxing where the coach is holding the focus mitts, and then you see guys like Mayweather just going bop, 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 That's not how he hits in real life. That's not how he's going to hit in the ring, But in the training, he's just working on muscle memory, okay, and he's working on other attributes, okay, just being relaxed and just being loose, and, lots of things that he could work on. He's working on. Same idea with here. We're working on many attributes. This is not meant to be, boom, for actual fighting. Why? Let's go more into detail because it's easy to say that. It's easy to say, this is not real life. This is just practice, okay? Why is that? Because in real life, I can't do this. It's that simple. In real life, the guy attacks me. I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3 like that. And then he attacks me over here, 1, 2, 3. he attacks me low, and I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I would be Neo from the Matrix. I'm defending everything like super awesome. That's not real life. I would be lucky to even be able to defend one move. So that's the big difference in real life. In practice, you could have double sticks. I have double sticks. Bam, 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 bam. We're defending and hitting everything perfectly. Okay. In real life, like I said, I'd be lucky to even get one. So why do we practice this way then? You know, if we know that we can't do it. Before I go there, let me say, why can't we defend it? You know, you watch the movies and they're you know, defending everything perfectly, counterattack everything perfect. Why can't we do it in real life from right here? You know, or is it possible? And the answer is no, it's not humanly possible. There's just not enough reaction time right here, what I call medium range. This is the clinch, you know, where you're grabbing something or they're grabbing me, that's the clinch. Out here, this is medium range, and then out here, this is what I call long range, okay? So in medium range, around this distance right here, it is not humanly possible if this guy wanted to hit me, boom, for me to be able to defend that. It's just not enough time, okay? If I had a knife and this guy's staring at my knife right here and he's worried about that, okay, even if I'm not fast enough, I can just go like that. So this already is going to cause, you know, and then I can knee him in the balls. So he's not defending any of those. You know, it's not doable, okay? So if we understand that it's not doable, then why do we spend so much time in medium range doing, like what I said, the heaven six and stuff like that, if we know that that's not possible, right? Because, once again, those are exercises, and we're working on attributes, putting those techniques into muscle memory, okay? But why it's an exercise and it's not realistic is because we're not going to use them standing here toe-to-toe in medium range, because this is the speed and guessing game, where it's like, okay, I'm going to predict what you're going to do, and I'm going to be able to select the correct technique and be able to do it from here in this short range, you know, what I call medium range. Within this length, I'm going to be able to just predict it and be able to, like a computer, you know, do the appropriate defense or even counter. And it's, like I said, not enough time. It's very, very difficult. Even if you could, the percentage is super small. In real life, what happens is this guy's going to attack me. If I'm lucky, maybe he's nervous, he's tense, whatever, so his shot is not as good as it can be. And my reflexes, let's say I got really good reflexes, and maybe, you know, I flinched well, and boom, it didn't hit me well. But look, I'm off balance. And we all know that reaction is slower than action, because action happens first, and reaction, that's super easy to understand. So at this point, this guy swings at me. I'm off balance now. So not only am I behind, now I'm behind 2 steps because I got to recover my balance after this. So he's probably going to be attacking more than one, or if it's a knife, it's going to be more than one attack. Therefore, I'm completely and totally screwed at that point. So what we need to do to functionalize the techniques that we're practicing here, because we do spend so much time, you know, doing this kind of stuff. And if it's like, dude, if it's not going to work, then why are you spending so much time doing that stuff? Well, like I said, because those techniques do work, okay? So many people will call BS, but if you stay here and you just do it right here, then of course it's BS. We've already established that. So in order to make it work, it's something I've also been saying all along, is that we need to go into the clinch, or we need to go to long range, where it's far away enough that I do have reaction time now. So if I stay here, impossible. So I need to come in here, or I need to go way out here. And to do that, so then the heaven 6 now, we're going to be doing it in 2 different ways. We're going to be doing the heaven 6 as an entry to come in close, because I recognize I'm in a bad spot here, and I'm not just going to sit around and wait here. I go, this is not a good position for me. So this guy's already getting his knife out or whatever, I'm boom, boom, boom. I'm in. I'm controlling the arm. You know, I know it's that I'm not going to be able to. He takes out his knife, he swings, and bam. It's not going to happen that way. So, boom, already I go in with the head 6. Okay, already I may not even have time for this. So the stance has to be combative. The stance itself needs to be able to do stuff. Okay, so. Because some people say this is just an exercise, this is just a starting position to help you go. I'm sorry, for me, I need this to work right here. I need this to be a weapon from the get-go. Because this guy takes out his knife, he's going to attack me. I'm relying on just my reaction, my flinch, just that alone. I know I'm going to be off balance, but I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to use that to come in, okay? Or I'm going to use it to get away. So you got to practice the heaven 6 to create the distance. And if I just go back, it's easy for them to keep chasing me down. Boom, boom, boom. So I need to do heaven 6 to not only create the distance to go back to long range, but also move away at angles, so that I can get away. So this is the idea here to help you functionalize your heaven 6. Yes, do this for muscle memory. Yes, you may have to chain it and do lock flow stuff. Okay, that's all great. That's great. I'm not against it. I practice it. I teach it. Okay, but if you understand how this stuff is going to take place, you know, modify this exercise. Modify it for getting in close, for leaving. You can't stay comfortable here, okay? This is the worst place. So I hope that helps shed some light with what we're doing, why we train the way we do, and how it's also going to be applied for in real life. Because it's easy just to say, you know, this is only for exercise, it's not the real thing, and then you just leave the student in the dark. I don't want to do that. I want to go a step further and explain to you how to functionalize the techniques. So thank you for watching, and take care, folks.